I started making an RPG in Minecraft Bedrock featuring a custom stat system, enemies, spells and more. And in this video I will show you my current progress, so keep watching. Anyway, you can download this on my Patreon for completely free. Let's start by explaining the stat system. So the strength score determines the damage you're gonna deal with melee attacks. So if you have a strength score of 6 and hold an iron sword, the damage you're gonna deal is 12, as you can see on the screen. Because the iron sword has a damage multiplier of 2, so it does twice your strength damage. And there will be items that further influence this later in the future. The iron axe has a damage multiplier of 3, so you deal 18 damage. And the spear doesn't have a multiplier, it adds 50% of your strength to your damage. So it's basically a 1.5 multiplier, but it doesn't stack with other multipliers. When you attack a mob, you're gonna see that mobs also have health, and you can see how much health they have, but let's just spare this for a bit later in the video. There also is intelligence. Intelligence just influences how much damage your spells deal and how much mana you can maximally accumulate. So let's take this Firebolt spell for example. This spell deals 6 damage because the Firebolt deals twice the damage, or twice my intelligence amount of damage. It also takes some mana, and as you can see, the mana is regenerating. Next we got the leveling system. It's kind of self-explanatory. So, whenever you kill a mob, you gain XP. Depending on the mob level and mob type, you gain different amounts of XP. And when you level up, you get a skill point, which you can spend at this NPC that's over there, which I'm not gonna show you, at least not for now. And they can increase one of your stats of choice by 1. Or your health even more, and whenever you level up, you also gain a little bit increased health. Let's just show you the health real quick. So you can see, whenever I get hit by a zombie, for example, I get a random amount between, I forgot how many health it was, but I get damaged. The same way I get damaged in the husk. That's why I'm also wearing a leather helmet. Now let me show you what happens if I kill an enemy. At least, if I can do so. Yeah. So this enemy dropped zombie blood. It was a zombie, and actually each enemy in this game has a 100% chance of dropping something. At this NPC here, you can spend the resources you get, for example 5 zombie blood, for 5 coins. I only have 1 of course. And then if you have accumulated 40 coins, which coins you can see here on the side, then you can buy this recipe book in which some relic recipes are actually explained, and some of the recipes you can also find around the map, and just find around the map. This is the recipe book, and as you can see, there actually are custom crafting recipes that can be activated at a certain crafting table, which is the next thing I'll show you. I'm just going with the first recipe in this book here. So now, you can see as entities still can drop their normal drops, rotten flesh can also be used for crafting recipes, and this rotting aura. So for recipes, relics, how they work, is you put them in one of your first 5 inventory slots, and then they're gonna be activated. This one, for example, makes enemies around you get poisoned. Poison is a new condition. There's also the decay condition that makes you take more damage, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. There are also relics that can just be found in houses like this one. For example, the speed charm. I just need to equip it properly. This speed charm here applies speed to me as long as I'm at max health. As long as I'm at 100% health. And by the way, a guy named Fancy Goose helped me make this percentage health calculator, so thank you for that. Actually, this speed charm here can be used to craft another item named the Berserk charm, but you're gonna have to find out where the recipe for this item lies and what the item does. And I'm gonna spoil this to you. Now, I'm not gonna spoil to you what the item does, but when you find the recipe, you're also gonna find out its function. Let's talk about enemies and enemy variants. I haven't really added so many enemies yet, just 2. And, well, one variant for each. Yeah, one variant. So this is not a normal zombie, this is a feral zombie, and from time to time they get a really huge speed boost and can launch forward, and they deal way more damage than the normal zombies do, but they don't have more health or anything. Then there's normal husks. They are a bit better than zombies, have quite some more health and do more damage. And then there are these putrid husks. These are there that have a toxic aura. They also deal more damage than normal husks or feral zombies do. So they are really not fun to mess around. One quick thing I forgot to mention about enemies in general is that they scale with your level. If you're level 7, their level is going to be increased by 1, so they're level 2 then. And the stats they have are actually multiplied by their level. So yeah, level 3 zombie, for example, has not 80 health, but instead 240. I don't know if this is really balanced, so I'd really love you to play a bit of this and then tell me some balance changes I should make. Next, we still have the spells left, and I think they're the best part so far. You see, this is the fireball, I already showed it to you, but it's not really that strong. You can kind of spam it, but the mana doesn't really regenerate too fast, so yeah, it's not really that strong of a spell. And then there's this spell here, Sonic Storm. You see, this shoots out a bunch of projectiles that all come circling back to you. So yeah, I think that this spell is pretty cool, looks pretty nice, and also does a fair amount of damage. It has a damage multiplier of 3 actually. As you can also see, I'm working on implementing more weapons right now, and there will be a sort of smithing system for weapons that will allow you to increase your weapons and add unique properties to them. But yeah, this is it for this video. If you want to have a look at this on your own and maybe check out my beautiful building skills and command skills, then you can do that by checking out my Patreon. You don't need to buy any membership, you just might need to join by creating an account, but don't buy anything. This is completely free, at least for now.